Hey, what's going on, guys? Another Natty or Not video. Very requested people. 3, Max Euceda, Alpha Destiny, and young Sunbin. Alright? Very interesting video. It took me actually the longest to determine if one of them was natural or not, or he was basically lying to people. Alright? It's gotta be Max Euceda that I will start with, and he's got a great shape, but it took me so long to kind of go into the pictures, look and analyze his body. And it's an interesting video because yes, you guys will have fun and see my opinion, but also you can learn on how to kind of pinpoint some stuff and realize for yourself if someone is a natural beast that's been putting the effort for years or he's just lying to people. All right, I want to start with this guy, Max Euceda. So he's got a great shape, he's got a great body, and honestly, his physique kind of remind me a little bit of mine. But as soon as I click on his pictures, I see the shoulders. The shoulders, they look kind of suspicious with him because he's got those crazy rear delt. All right, he's got that 3D look, crazy rear delt, and he did progress pretty fast. So when he started, he used to be pretty skinny. All right, I'll try to find the pics. Let me just show you the rear delt so you guys can see the rear delt is just insanely popping out. All right, this is a sign. It's not a given, but it's a sign that something can be suspicious. All right, when you see that 3D look of the shoulder, but at the same time, he's got a very small chest. So this can also be because he can't engage his chest properly whenever he's pressing. But to reach a body like that, you gotta know how to train. And if you can't engage your chest and you're just pressing with your shoulders, it's a little bit, I don't know. You can have big shoulders and arms because you're not training properly. Or some people, well, most people that take PEDs, their shoulders react so well and boom, you see that 3D look on the shoulders. That's what I believe is happening here because he started very skinny. All right, I'll try to find a picture for you guys. But he started very skinny, kind of underweight. All right, and going from being underweight to reaching that body, it took me over 10 years to reach that body that I have now. All right, and I've been training pretty good. I've been putting the hours and the diet and everything. All right, but look at this. He started pretty skinny. I don't know the time that it took him. I don't know when. Okay, if someone can tell me in the comments how long it took him. But guys, I do not believe that he's natural. He's been taking something like SARM, something very light, to keep that little natural effect. But, you know, we're just looking at his shoulders, his arms, looking at the acne. He's got a good traps, all right? Overdeveloped a little bit of traps. But no, I don't think he's natural. He started very underweight. And if it didn't take him at least 8 years to reach that physique, there's no way this guy is natural, all right? There's no way. I've been training for over 10 years and I would say he's bigger than me, but yeah, what is he? 220? No, he said that's his goal. So he's at 185. I don't know his height, but he's looking pretty good, all right? And I don't believe that he's been training for over 5-6 years. Now, the way that he got this transformation, it's a little bit suspicious for me. It was a hard one. It took me a lot of time to kind of analyze this guy's body and look at where he started and how he was skinny, very skinny at the beginning. And I train people, I see their transformation and I see the time frame. And just starting super skinny to reach that level super fast, I don't believe it's natural. All right, so Max Euceda, I don't believe he's natural. All right, I believe he takes something super light like SARMs. Now, let's go check Alpha Destiny. That's a very good comparison. So Alpha Destiny, he's into more powerlifting. He did a bodybuilding competition. He looks awesome. He looks great. He loves doing a lot of calisthenics. He does bench pretty heavy. But if you look at his body, that's actually a good comparison because we're comparing him with two enhanced people. Look at his shoulders. Look at his arms. We don't see that crazy 3D look on the shoulders. We don't see that roundness. All right. He still looks amazing. All right. Mind you, again, I believe that he's 100% natural and we don't see that crazy 3D look. All right. So sometimes, regardless, because he's been training hard, doing the pull-ups, doing all the exercises that he needs to be doing. All right. But he still doesn't have that crazy 3D look as opposed to someone that is enhanced standing next to him that has another look to the shoulder. It's not about the mass. It's about the proportion and it's about the symmetry. All right, so you would look at someone, it doesn't mean that that person is extremely big like we saw before. He's not extremely big, but we see that his shoulder just doesn't look right. As opposed to Alpha Destiny, we see that his body looks proportioned and there is nothing that is giving us crazy signs that is not natural. All right, I would look at the traps, I would look at the rear delt, the shoulders, I would look at a lot of things, but you see in this case, everything is proportioned. There's nothing sticking out more, all right? The traps are pretty good, but nothing too overdeveloped. The shoulders, he doesn't have that crazy round shoulders, all right? And you guys know it's super hard to develop as a natural. So, Alpha Destiny, natural, all right? Even here, he got very lean. And when you see a natural that gets very lean, you would realize he becomes flat. All right, because it's very hard as a natural to be lean and at the same time to have that big muscle mass. All right, when you see someone super lean but then with muscles that are extremely full, all right, veins popping out, well, chances are that he's not natural. But now you see Alpha Destiny right here, very lean, but at the same time we see that he lost a little bit of volume, which is normal compared to when he was bulking. All right, he trains pretty hard. Or follow him on Instagram. I see his workouts. I've been actually watching his videos for a little while. Very knowledgeable guy. So moving on, Sunbin. Sunbin. A lot of people ask me about it. Well, a lot of people. Well, let's say 5, 6, 7 people ask me about him. But when it comes back, I mean, it means that people have attention on him. And he was an Olympic. He was into the Olympics. All right. So he's a top level athlete. Yes, he does have a great shape, but also remember that he's a top-level athlete. He was on Netflix show, what was it called? Physical 100. So he was one of Korea's best basically physical performer. He's got a very good physique, and you can see there's nothing crazy, all right? Nothing is sticking out. Look at the shoulders. The shoulders look pretty good, pretty normal. Nothing is out of proportion, all right? He was an Olympic lifter. He was, well, an Olympic champion. I don't know what he was doing, maybe a racer, but nothing too crazy, all right? The chest is well balanced, the shoulders, the arms, and that's what a natural body looks like, all right? If you see someone that has those crazy shoulders, the traps popping out, what else, all right? What else we have like signs? Forearms can be a little sign because forearms would react well to PEDs. The traps, the shoulders, the upper chest, anything that looks kind of out of balance, sometimes it's a little bit suspicious. But in his case, we see he looks pretty good, and he's an Olympic. Yeah, he's an Olympian. So I would say he's 100% natural. All right, he looks great. And I love talking about also natural bodybuilders like those guys, Alex Leonidas and the young Sunbin, to give them credit, all right? It's hard also to do it for years after years and put the work in, put the effort, and not see the results that you want. But you see, well, you see the results that you want, but you don't get a crazy jacked body like you would see on social media, all right? Sometimes it's hard, but credits to those guys to keep up the natural way and just keep showing the example, all right? Max Euceda, yeah, no, not natural. There's no way. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And it's deceiving, you know, because a lot of people would start skinny and they would see him maybe transform in 2-3 years like that, 4 years. I don't know how long it took him. And then they'll be like, well, me, I've been training for a year and I'm just like 5 or 10 pounds. I just added 10, 15 pounds. Well, it takes time, especially when your genetics are not the best, all right? So guys, don't compare yourself, but just keep going at it, stay natural. I would really hope that my messages and my videos is just to motivate people to stay natural, stay on the natural route. Trust me, the body can do so much naturally, and you will be so proud of yourself when you accomplish a body that you're happy with naturally, all right? You're not dependent on taking a cycle or PEDs for the rest of your life, all right? So that's it for this video, guys. Also, remember, it's a long-term thing. The goal is doing it after 50 years. At 90 years old, I still want to do push-ups. That's what I tell people. I tell them I will want to do it at 90 years old. That's my goal, all right? The goal is not just looking my best now, building my following, making money off social media, but 10 years later, people look at me in the street and they're like, well, you lost a lot of your muscles because I was not natural. No, the goal is staying natural, staying real, and slowly progressing, but keep getting better, all right? And not losing any of my gains. And my health, that's the most important. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Ciao.